Hello everyone, this is Narlin Oligosarma, licensed immigration consultant, continuing professional development instructor. Here is the correct explanation of LMIA, closed work permit, and permanent residency eligibility. This time, I will set as an example for caregivers and nannies. When I process a new LMIA for you, the purpose was very specific: to allow you to be legally declared, start working, and accumulate at least 6 months of valid Canadian work experience toward your future. Number one, an LMIA-based work permit is always employer-specific or closed work permit. This means your authorization to work is tied only to the employer listed on your LMIA and work permit. You cannot use that work permit to work for anyone else. Number two, if the employer lets you go or laid you off, the work permit becomes unusable. Even if your work permit is valid for 1 year or 2 years, it does not matter. If the employer terminates you, you cannot continue working, you cannot switch employers, you cannot accumulate permanent residency eligible experience. A new LMIA, a new work permit application to the IRCC from a new employer. The validity date on the permit only matters if you are still employed by the authorized employer. Number three, PR or permanent residency eligibility requires legitimate, declared, authorized work experience. Declared means you paid your taxes, your CPP and EI to the Canada Revenue Agency. To apply for permanent residency under this caregiver program, you should have an authorized work, paid work, full-time or equivalent hours under the employer listed on your LMIA work permit. For the required duration, 6 months, 12 months, depending on the program. If you stop working for the authorized employer, the clock stops. That is the reason why I requested this specific foreign national to get a new LMIA, a new work permit, and of course, for this person to be able to continue accumulating experience towards her permanent residency application. If you lose your job, you must start with a new labor market impact assessment. Why? To continue building permanent residency eligible experience, you need a new employer, a new LMIA, new employer-specific work permit. Only then you can resume accumulating the experience required for permanent residency. So now you understand why I suggested you to get a new LMIA and a new work permit, because the previous work permit will no longer usable. That will gonna expire, and when it expires, you can't even apply for permanent residency because you don't have the legitimate experience. To summarize, your LMIA-based work permit is a closed work permit. This means you are only allowed to work for the employer listed on your LMIA. Your work permit is valid for 2 years. It becomes unusable the moment that employer lets you go. You cannot work anywhere else with it because it is a closed work permit. To continue working and to accumulate the legitimate declared experience, you must have a new employer, a new LMIA, and a new work permit. Only authorized work experience counts towards your permanent residency application. I will set an example. Mayroon pong isang foreign national, nakakuha siya ng 2 taon na work permit validity. The problem was that work permit from a LMIA was a closed work permit. Employer let go of the foreign national. The best thing you can do is to find a new employer to give you a new LMIA, and that employer will declare you in order for you to continue your work experience for permanent residence.